Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Ollie Show, where you will find special guests, hot topics, and unexpected surprises. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Ollie Show. Today, I'd like to invite you once again to open your heart and clear your minds as we dive into our topic. We're going to be talking today about content creating. And I know that can be a wide range of different things, but let's get a little bit more specific. Let's talk about adult content creating and what really goes into it and what it really means, because it has become a pretty big trend as far as a lot of people doing a number of different things for a little extra cash. So when we really think about it and focus in on it, I have a number of different guests that are here on today, and these two here, they are content creators, and then I have two here that are not content creators that feel like as if that they have some, questions that they probably want to be able to discuss. And so I want to ask the first question as we get into this topic. Fill me in a little bit on what is content creating?
So essentially, it's just putting out your specific content. So with regards to adult content, whether it be film, video, pictures of yourself naked or doing sexual acts, putting it out there on the internet for a charge.
Okay, okay. And this is something that I feel that what you guys do on as far as a regular basis, or what would you say?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's regular basis.
Okay, so on a regular basis. And when we look at this right here, just I guess give me a little bit of your story of because both of you do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how did you get started in this?
So I got started at the beginning of the pandemic. We had a lot of free time. There wasn't a lot of open. I actually had a buddy who was doing it before that who suggested that I would be good at it, kind of walked me through the ropes of what he did, and I got started. That's how I got started, and I've loved it ever since.
Okay, okay. And so I'm going to just take a moment, and I have sitting here next to me Miss Daria Jacobs and Miss Donna. Um, how do you guys feel about this right here? I mean, because it is becoming a major trend.
Nothing I want to see. If I see 2 seconds of it, gets blocked. I don't want to see that stuff.
Why?
It's not something that should be put out there. And if I certainly don't want to see it, little kids shouldn't be seeing it
Okay.
that are on whatever social media platform.
So children, they're watching as well?
They shouldn't be. I mean, it's behind paid sites, and you have to be an adult to be on those sites. So if your children are looking at it, that's probably something that the parents should look at if they're raising their kids the right way.
So there's an option to whether you want to view this content or not.
Yes, because you have to pay for it. You have to have a credit card. And so if your children have access to your credit cards, then that's more of the parents' issue.
Okay. So when it comes down to as far as your family, uh, do they know that this is something that you guys do?
Yes. So my family is very supportive of everything that I do. I use the money that I make from content creation to actually pay for my grandmother's glaucoma meds. So they're very expensive, and she is on a fixed income. Okay. So I help her out through this way.
Okay.
You couldn't help her out by doing, Bible stories or something of that nature, other content other than adult?
Well, if I believed in the Bible, then I guess sure, but I don't. But this is a way, one, I enjoy doing it, and you want to do something that you enjoy. So the extra money goes to help her.
Right. Okay. What were you going to say, something?
So we're opening the door, obviously, and we're all going to walk through it together.
Okay. Let's move.
Let's walk it on out there.
Okay.
So yeah, I have seen the ugly side of religion and Jesus, and I have a mom who's mentally ill, and a lot of her mental illness ties into
Religion.
religion.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Okay.
She is when she has her manic swings. She turns into a warrior for Jesus, and she has to fight Satan and all these things. And also, there's the aspect of when she is having an episode, she is more willing to.
What do you mean an episode?
She is bipolar,
Okay.
so she has a manic swing, and then she has she goes into psychosis. Um, she has given away up to $15,000 to a church during a manic episode, and when I
Okay.
went,
She said 15,000.
15,000.
Oh, she was blessed. That was a blessing.
She pulled that out of her 401k.
Oh, well, she blessed the house of Lord. That was a good seed.
But she
So
was
you was
in
in you was in disagreement with that?
she was mentally ill. She was having an episode,
Okay,
and
okay.
she did not know what she was doing,
Okay.
in my opinion, and according to the doctors as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to the church to be like, hey, she was not right mentally at the time that she gave you this money, the preacher was pretty much like, what money?
Oh wow.
So I see, and I have seen, also being a gay person as well, the really ugly side of religion repeatedly, over and over and over. And I've seen religion used to beat people over the head. And because you believe, I'm not saying you, a lot of religious people, because they believe something, they feel like everyone should behave the way they think that they should behave. And I don't agree with that personally. Just because I'm on a diet does not mean that you should not be able to eat donuts or cookies or anything like that. It's kind of the same principle for me
Yeah.
personally.
Well, let's just set the record. I'm not here to judge you.
Correct.
But one thing about me and my religion, I'm going to speak what yet says the Bible. We're not making it that. We're making it about this content creator and the images and the things that are going out. And I think this is why society is where it is today. We have children at the age of 10, 15 are confused on who they are because of things that are being seen, whether that's social media, internet, YouTube, and a lot of it comes from parenting too, because the parenting we give our kids cell phones and like, hey, get out my way, go sit down and watch this.
The lack of parenting.
Yeah, but again, we're not talking about parenting today. We're talking about content creators. So, you know, being more considerate and cautious of what we do put out.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just feel like some things it plays with your mind. I know you said this is a thing you have to pay for. So now you're giving me an option whether I want to pay for to see this content or not. So I guess that does make a difference, because if you have a single man, and if a single man, I don't know what type of content exactly that you put out. And maybe as Dr. Oliver asks you more questions as far as what kind of content you put out. But, it's just if you're a single man, then maybe you're looking at this, because I wouldn't blame if I'm single, then I don't want to and you might need to play with yourself or get off or something. You might need to find something to penetrate your mind to get off, right? So you might have to watch some type of content. But even as but I'm just more so conscious for our young generation. I guess that working in education, working in media, I've come to see like our young generation is being destroyed by content that is being put out there. And so,
Right.
yeah.
And so, I mean, with this adult content, it's content you have to actively search for. It doesn't just show up in your email box one day. So they are actively looking for it for.
But you have that. You actually do have content that will pop up on your YouTube
you do.
that
Yes.
you didn't ask for. I'm like, what the heck did this come from? Oh, baby, give me this phone.
Exactly. There's always glitches.
so-
There's videos that
Yeah,
come on
you
behind
Sure.
other videos.
I'm
But
not talking
for-
about
Yeah.
you direct, but you have stuff that people are putting out there that should not be put out there. And at least give them time to develop. Just don't put it out there to people. Do you have any kids?
I do not have kids.
Y'all don't have no kids?
He and I are in a relationship together. We have no children.
Okay.
I flat out, I tell people all the time, I am too selfish to have a child.
Yes. Very much so.
I do not want that responsibility.
No. So, but as I was saying before, the type of content that adult content creators like us put out there for things like OnlyFans, Just for Fans, those things don't show up as spam mail. You have to actively go and sign up for that
You
and
have to
pay for it.
select it.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Now, things that you're talking about, like mail order brides and coupons for strip clubs, like that stuff is spam, and that'll go to your emails. That's not the type of stuff that we do.
So you want her to be able to see that basically there is a separation
Yes.
when it comes down to this right here.
Correct.
And so you want to make the record clear
Yes.
that you're on another side. You're not necessarily
Yes.
into where okay, it's just going to be my photos and this and that. It's going to just be popping up for any and
Right.
everyone to be able to see on
Right.
a child's phone that's looking at who knows Sesame Street or Barney or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. So when it came down as far as to creating your content, what really separates the content that you have apart from others? Because I mean, from what my understanding, and you can educate me a little bit more on this right here, there are what we're going to say millions now of people, especially since the pandemic has set in, that have found a way to be able to establish and create content and to be able to make a little extra cash. And a lot of people, what they like to, use. I've heard the terminology shake a little ass for a little extra cash and all that. But,
Yeah.
but I'm saying they have found ways to be able to make money without having to clock in work. It gives them the freedom and all that right there,
Exactly.
but also at the same time that gives a lot more competition in there.
Yes.
So I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to see what really separates you to say, hey, I make enough now. You said to be able to pay for what, glaucoma?
I make money to pay for my grandmother's
Okay,
medication,
okay,
yes. So
yeah,
it's not my only source of income. It's
okay,
just
okay.
one of many. But as far as what separates my content from others would be, one, my content's not scripted. So a lot of my stuff is 100% personal interactions between the people that I film with. And so there's a lot of chemistry that is translated on screen from that versus if you're watching porn in general, especially studio porn, when they put two actors together, they may not necessarily really like each other, they may not necessarily agree, but you can see a lot of that chemistry come through on screen or lack thereof. And so what I try to do is one, only shoot with people that I am into and they're into me, but also two, to up the quality of the type of images and videos that I put out, making sure that the quality is up there. I all about lighting, angles, things like that. You can take a million dick pics and put them online,
Yeah.
but I want to give something special, essentially.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot of content creators, and this is not pointing a finger at anybody. It's just saying in general, with there being such a flood of content
Yeah.
creators out there, it's gotten lazy. So there's a lot of people who will just put a tripod next to their bed and then
Just do stuff.
Yeah.
and it's like one angle. Again,
It's boring.
production.
So you're saying that you
Y'all
produce
professionals.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. You produce, like, for example, even with this show, you see we got multiple cameras this here, and so you're saying like, hey, we're gonna take the time to film and then edit.
Yes.
And oh, so
Yes.
you're making movies.
Yes. Ideally, have
Okay, okay.
at least one, if not two, videographers that are going around filming the scene at all times. Make sure that
Really?
we have enough lighting, um, anything that requires, and then having it all done in post production editing.
Okay. Okay.
Colorization, just raising levels of production value.
So you see, Miss Donna, like they with what they're currently doing right now. I mean, they're doing really production.
Yeah, but the question, why? I'm just trying to understand.
Is your job aware of what you do?
They are, yes.
All your
Absolutely.
friends?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm very public and open with it.
Okay,
My
what's
family
going to
is
happen
supportive.
if you get tired of doing your content creation? You go out for a job, and a prospective employer happens to.
He just said they already know.
Yeah. My job's not going to fire me for this. They already know about it. They're supportive of it too.
Really?
And also, not only do I work for a boss, but aside from this, I have my own business that is thriving. So I'm good on that front. But thank you for.
So,
Interesting.
So that brings. I mean,
But all the different technical things that you do different than everybody else still doesn't answer, why you would want to do this.
Because I enjoy
Why would you
it.
want to put it out
'Cause it's
where
fun.
it's accessible to people, whether you put all safeguards or not? you know.
And I appreciate you putting it on safeguard and making it where it's not available to, everyone to access it,
Sure.
for only for those who do. But what in your mind to click to say this is something I wanted to do? What inspired you to do that?
Because one, I'm very sexually liberated.
Okay.
Two, if I'm going to have sex, then why not get paid for it? Monetize your hobbies. That's essentially what it is. I enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy the people that I meet. And I actually, believe it or not, do have a positive impact on my either subscribers or fans or clients' lives that I touch, quote unquote,
So how long do you plan on doing something like this?
as long as I'm able to.
Okay. You know, as a man, that could be up to 70.
Yeah.
Then there you go.
And AIDS and HIV. So are you good? Like I just be thinking about these people that be doing all these sexual activities. I mean,
So
catching diseases and herpes
And
and
getting the
thing-
gift that keeps on
HIV.
giving. Absolutely. What are you going to do if you can't do this anymore?
The thing, well, like I said, I have multiple sources of income. So that's what I can do if I'm not doing this. But as far as sex workers in generally do take their health very seriously because of what we do. We get tested regularly. We are very upfront about if we do have anything, production is halted and stopped. So, and we have, there are talent agencies as well that make sure that we're tested. He and I get tested every month. So we keep on top of our health for sure.
So are you guys just doing this like so you've established this? I mean, and I can see now it is a business for you.
Yes,
and I mean,
absolutely.
and a legit business.
Correct.
And so
IRS backed and everything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So legit business all the way to where I mean, there it's like you've sealed that right there. So my question to you is now with where you are, uh, when it comes down to others, as far as like I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding this clearly. Have you gotten to a point where it's just you guys, or you're saying that because you get sexually tested that you have other sex partners as well?
Absolutely.
We have other sex partners,
Oh,
yes.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to take a break just for a moment, and we will be back right after this.